Hola amigos, hoy vamos a estudiar dos verbos nuevos, el verbo querer y el verbo ir. Hi, what I just said in Spanish was, hello friends, today we will study two new verbs, the verb to want and the verb to go. So today, in our, I think it's our 25th lesson, we will learn these two important verbs. The verb to want, for obvious reasons, it's very important because it's a verb that is used a lot in daily sentences and conversation. But especially important is the verb ir, or to go. Why? Because not only it has the meaning of to go, which by itself is a very common and used verb, right? But also verb ir works as an auxiliary verb that has the same function as the as will in English for making the future tense. So, in Spanish, if you want to say I will go, you would say yo voy a ir, right? Voy is conjugation of the verb to go, and ir is verb to go in infinitive. If you want to say I will eat, in Spanish you say yo voy a comer. So as you can see, the verb to go, in addition of its intrinsic importance for being a very used and important verb, that means to go, it's also very important because you can rely on it to make to speak in the future tense. Okay. Actually, in Spanish there are two ways of assembling the future in a future tense sentence. Okay. You can either conjugate the verb into future, or you can just use the verb ir in present tense and then add the a, that means to, and the verb in infinitive, right? The example I just gave you was, if you want to say I will eat, you say yo voy a comer. Comer means eat, right? So this verb ir, knowing how to conjugate it, will give you another very important tool for you to add to your Spanish knowledge, and this will help you to be able to speak in the future. Okay? So let's begin first with verbo querer, verb to want. And in our next lesson we will try to use some examples where we can practice these two verbs and some new vocabulary that we will be learning. So it would be good if you try to remember and study the conjugation of these two verbs, so in our next lesson we can put that into practice. Okay? So these are the pronouns in Spanish. Okay? I, you, he, she, we, you plural, they. And again I will repeat, you plural, these two pronouns mean the same thing in Spanish, but this is the way that is used This is a form that is used in Spain and this is the form that is used in all Latin America. Okay? Both are academically correct and accepted in any speaking language, in any Spanish-speaking country in the world. So you just feel more comfortable with one you prefer. Let's begin. Yo quiero means I want. Tú quieres. Él quiere, or ella quiere, for he wants or she wants. Nosotros queremos, we want. Vosotros queréis, you want. Ustedes quieren, you want. Ellos quieren, they want. So let's read this again. This time I'll read it in normal speed. Okay? Yo quiero, tú quieres, él quiere, ella quiere, nosotros queremos, vosotros queréis, ustedes quieren, ellos quieren. Now let's see how we conjugate verb to go. Verbo ir, ir. Okay? Remember that the R in Spanish, if it's not either at the beginning of the word or it's not doubled as double R, then it's not the rough sound of the R. It's not R, it's R, a smoother sound. So this is not ir, it's ir, ir. Okay? Verbo ir. Let's spell the verb ir. This is I-R. Okay? Remember that in Spanish this is E. This is I. Okay? So don't get confused with English. This is E. This is I. So, yo voy means I go. Tú vas, you go. Él va, or ella va, or eso va. He, she, it goes. Él means he, ella means she, eso is the Spanish word for it. Okay? So, eso va is that goes or it goes. Actually, eso va would be that, because if you want to say it goes, it's usually implied in the verb. You just say va, and that's all. You can omit the pronoun that is already it's already understood by the conjugation of the verb va. Nosotros vamos, we go. Vosotros vais, you go. Ustedes van, you go, but in the Latin American form. Ellos van, they go. So, if you want to say, I want to eat, you would say, sorry. If you want to say, I will eat, you would say, yo voy a comer. Okay? So you have to add a, which means to, and a verb in infinitive. Okay?